I've got a 4-ingredient crock pot dinner for you. I'm super excited to share today's recipe. It's dill pickle roast. Yes, you heard that right. If you love pickles, you're going to love today's recipe. It's easy, it's delicious, and it can be served a multitude of ways. And we'll talk about that at the end of the video. Hi, I'm Carrie with eatingonadime.com, and we are on a mission to help families eat well on a budget. You can grab today's recipes during this video anytime in the description, or you can go to eatingonadime.com and just search dill pickle roast, and this recipe will pull up for you where you can print it and you can save it. Okay, let's get cooking. First, you're going to need a 4-pound roast. You could do a chuck or a rump roast. I prefer a rump roast because it has less fat in it, but a lot of people like a chuck roast because they like the marbling in it. So you pick whatever you want. We're doing a beef roast, but honestly, a pork roast would be delicious as well. Just whatever you can find on hand. You're just gonna toss that in your crock pot. I'm using a 6-quart slow cooker, just a traditional one. Any slow cooker will work. I don't think I would probably stick with a 6-quart or higher. I wouldn't go much lower, like to a 4-quart crock pot, just because a 4-pound roast isn't gonna really fit in there. Then we're going to throw in a packet of ranch dressing. And you're probably thinking, that's weird. No, it's delicious, trust me. We're just gonna sprinkle this right on top. Then we're going to do a package of brown gravy mix. You can get both of these at any of your local grocery stores. Now the ranch, excuse me, the ranch mix, we do have a recipe on eatingonadime.com where you can actually make your own homemade if you want to. It's really easy. And you can find that by the link in the description or by searching. We're gonna sprinkle the brown gravy mix right on top. Then we need pickles. We're going to do a jar of baby dill pickles. So they're babies, like little, and we just need a half a jar. So this is a 24-ounce jar, and you're gonna put half of them in here. So let me show you what baby pickles look like. They're babies. So I'm gonna they're hard to like pour out. So I'm going to pick them out and just throw them around the roast. And then we're gonna pour about half the juice in there too. Now we're using these baby pickles, but honestly, you could do any kind of pickles. Probably one more. Any kind of pickles that you have in your fridge. We're doing dill pickles. I think that'll taste better, but the sweet one, I bet you if you love sweet pickles, you could do that too. We're gonna save this for our next time we make roasts, because I love this recipe. Now all we gotta do is add the lid. We're going to slow cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours, or on high for like 4 to 5 hours. Actually, I think we like to do more like 8 to 10 on low because of a roast. So we want this roast completely shreddable, not really sliceable. We want it to fall apart. So I prefer to actually cook this low and slow and let it cook all day so it just shreds and falls apart when you come back to it. Okay, I'm gonna let this cook and then I'll show you what to do when it's finished. Okay, it's been cooking for quite a while and it's starting to be shreddable, so it's perfect. And I just want to show you what it looks like. You're going to see like the pickles are really soft. You don't even have to eat these. So if that kind of grosses you out, you can just toss them to the side, or you can leave them in there, because some of my kids actually like to eat them, especially the husband, but they'll like fall apart. So see, this is what I mean. Like it's fork tender and falling apart, and that's what you want it to be, because we're gonna shred it. And then I just wanted to show you up close, like the pickles like falling apart in half. And so you can remove these or you can leave it in. It's super easy and tasty. So now I'm just gonna pull this out onto the cutting board and start shredding. We do have some tricks with shredding, but on meat, I like to just use 2 big forks. These are like serving forks that just do a good job of getting that meat shredded. But see how it's just falling off. Now, I do like to put it back into the crock pot so that way you get all those juices throughout, but I've already tried it and it's really, really good. Now, if you want to make like a gravy out of this, I can explain how to make a gravy out of it and kind of thicken it up, and that would be great too. Or you could just stick this right back in it. Okay, we've got it completely shredded and ready to add to the crock pot. And I like to add it back in because sometimes roast can just taste a little dry, but when you have it sitting in like that sauce, it just soaks up all the flavor. And then that way you can keep it warm in your slow cooker. Now, you can thicken this as a gravy if you want to. So let's talk about that. Now, what I'm gonna do, if I wanted to thicken it, which I'm not going to do today, but if you wanted to thicken it, what you would do is just take about a half a cup of cold water and then a tablespoon or 2 of cornstarch. Mix it together and then pour it in, okay? And then you can add the lid or just leave it and let it cook on low for like another 30 minutes and it'll start to thicken up and make more of like a gravy. Now, if you're in a hurry, you can do the exact same thing on the stovetop, but you would just pour this juice into a saucepan and do the exact same thing. But either way, it's gonna be delicious. Now, how to serve this? You can serve this just like this with some veggies. You can even throw in like potatoes and carrots like you do a traditional roast in here. Just remember that the veggies are going to get the same flavor as the dill pickle juice, but it's still very, very good. Also, you can take like potatoes, whole potatoes, and wrap them in foil and place them on top, and then they can cook while the roast is cooking and you'll have baked potatoes. We really like this served on mashed potatoes or even rice because that delicious flavor just soaks all over the mashed potatoes and the rice, and it's super simple and easy. Leftovers, sorry, I'm just talking up a storm right now, but there's so many great things. We love these as leftovers too. You can make sliders out of them. We love doing like the Hawaiian rolls, and then you serve this on top with maybe like a provolone cheese. It gets all melted and it's delicious as well. So you make this for one dinner, you save your leftovers, you just reheat it on sliders, 2 nights later, and you virtually didn't have to do any work at all. And that's what we love at Eating on a Dime, is helping people save money and save time. Now it's time to dig in. I'm super pumped about this because I've already tried it and it's so good. Love it. I'm just gonna take it off here. It's so good. Now let's talk about a few things. Oh, it's so good. Remember, you can get the full recipe linked in the description, or just go to eatingonadime.com and search pickle roast or dill pickle roast. But remember, you can make this slightly different. You can use like a spicy ranch in there instead of a regular ranch. You could do a spicy pickle, like a zesty pickle, instead of just a regular pickle, or even a sweet pickle instead of regular pickle. And so you're basically having the same recipe, different days, but it's completely gonna taste completely different. So save this recipe, print it out, save it, pin it so you don't lose it, so that way you can make it on repeat. Okay guys, we're out of here. I gotta go dig into some yummy roast that's tastes like I cooked all day, but I actually spent hardly any time on it. So make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any more of our family-friendly recipes, because we've got some more good videos coming right up. I will see you next time in my kitchen. Bye, friends.